for Viola. She says, "Watch the drooling, Natas. I know you had a crush on me since the day I walked into VWE. Best to keep your mind on business before you upset me."
Yes, ma'am. I understand perfectly clear. Oh, and also, well, speaking of Maxine, Viola, why is it that you're so determined to get this match? I mean, you've done all these things. I mean, you guys were friends at one point. Why are you so determined to get this match?
And Viola says, Wednesday on primetime, I had my rematch against Stacey Mancino, and I picked up my biggest victory of this year so far. And I pinned her 1-2-3 in the ring. Claiming victory over the recently former world champion, yet it brought no joy, no satisfaction. No victory has been able to compensate for the travesty that happened at Versus. That cheap victory of Maxine's after I beat her down for 10 straight minutes, and her acceptance of such a cheap roll-up after I was gracious enough to give her that match in the first place? I will not rest until I rectify that travesty and mistake.
Now, Viola, is it such a cheap victory on Maxine's part? I mean, yeah, you are also a former women's world champion. So why do you feel you need to, attack her from behind before the match? Especially why Maxine is now 4-0 against you as well. I mean, I that's a little bit. Hey!
She didn't like that. Grabbing Natas by the tie. And she says, "Are you trying to agitate me? What kind of bullshit narrative are you trying to push, huh?"
I'm just trying to get the facts here. Asking.
Why don't I use you as a demonstration of exactly what I intend to do to Maxine?
That isn't necessary, really. I seriously would get the idea without, you hurting me.
You see? You should just be quiet. I don't...
Can you let go? You're kind of choking me.
And Viola just choking Natas with his tie because Natas's poorly timed words.
Hey, let go. Air. I need air.
He might be joining Reese and Dagger in the medical suite. Oh, and Viola finally lets go.
Okay. Medic. Medic. Oh.
Moshi Moshi, Viola-chan. It's pretty apparent that you don't hear anything that's said to you, unless, of course, it's something you want to hear. I know you keep track of Twitter and such, so you already know Jeffrey and I are in Japan. So I would love to know what you hope to accomplish with your little juvenile display here tonight. However, if you choose to keep trying to waste my precious time with your antics, go right ahead. All it's doing is keeping you away from your career goals that you were oh so worried about not too long ago. I've already dealt a long time ago with the likes of Kalani, who, just like you, can't get past the fact that I've been here a long time and that she pales in comparison. I wonder how she's doing, quite frankly. You know, she tried to come back a while ago and booted herself again when she found out she was pointed at me before she could go ahead and get ahead. Funny that. Needless to say, I'm going to be rudely tardy here for my visit at the Children's Hospital if I don't get going. Sayonara.